Hello everybody, welcome back once again. This is Dino Teeth from Iron Team Gamers doing another comic book review for the week of December 9th. I thought I'd get started with the weekly comic shop news that you're supposed to get every week with your comic store. On the cover we have Symmetry, which is a new comic that came out this week. I did not get it, but who knows, I might check it out. And then on the inside here we've got some more news about Symmetry. Uh, then flip it this away. Here we got some new comic books coming out in the future. I will be getting the Star Wars C-3PO special one-shot, explaining how he got his red arm. I believe that's coming out in February. Got delayed quite a bit. And then up here, from last week, you all should know that I do read Batman and Robin Eternal, so I will hopefully be picking that up if the story continues to be good. Then we got some Harley Quinn stuff. Flip the page again. We have more comic books coming out. We've got some collectibles. It looks like Andy Kubert's Dark Knight over here from DK3. That looks really cool. Probably really expensive too. And we've also got Deadpool, the Merc for Money #1. Uh, I'm a big Deadpool fan, but I don't know. I haven't been able to be reading his comics recently, but who knows? And then here we've got some more issues coming out. Looks like there's coming out with a new Spider-Man over here. And that looks like it's it for the comic shop news this week. So yeah, I'll hopefully be opening each episode of my comic reviews with the comic shop news. Keep you guys posted on what's going on. First up, let's start reviewing the last book I read this week, which is Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from DC Comics and IDW, respectively. And this issue surprised me a lot. First of all, some history. I'm a huge Batman fan, but I don't know anything about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Um, I know just what an average person would know is that they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there's the Foot Clan, there's Shredder. And with that said, I loved this book. The opening is great. It's a 6-part miniseries, so there's still lots more to come. Um, but it starts off with the Foot Clan invading a bunch of, or just invading one research center and stealing. Well, they don't steal it, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles here, drawn by a unknown artist that I've never heard of, but he does such a great job. I believe what's his name, Manipal the Second, I want to say. Williams the Second. But I know the stories by James Tynion the Fourth, who's no stranger to Batman. But I love love the intro. So the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat up the Foot Clan, steal some device, and the premise is that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are not home. They're in Gotham. Somehow they're in Gotham, and Batman learns about this. He thinks it's probably the League of Shadows. Maybe it's not. He knows they're ninjas for sure, but he tries to track them down. And here he talks with Alfred. And first off the bat, like, this book deals with Alfred Bruce Wayne so perfectly. It's so funny. Like, Alfred, I haven't seen him this funny. I don't think in the New 52 I've seen him this funny. It's hilarious. I love Alfred. And then here we get some Killer Croc invading some research center, trying to get the Batmobile. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles foil his plans. The Foot Clan's going to another research center, trying to get another generator. I think they're going to Wayne Enterprises, the R&D. But then, of course, they got to deal with Batman, and it all just leads up to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting off Killer Croc in the sewers, and it deals with Batman fighting the Foot Clan in the Wayne Industries. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are trying to go to the R&D center to steal another generator to get home. All the while, Batman thinks that these are like some mutant, crazy ninjas, and they don't meet. Oh my God, I love that panel right there where they're about to beat the shit out of Killer Croc. But anyway, they don't meet Batman until the very end, and I love Shredder's in here. Um, yeah, until the very very last shot, you see Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that's going to continue in issue 2. But oh my gosh, this issue blew me away. I didn't know what to expect. I mainly got it just because of Batman. And I don't believe there's been any crossover events um, in the New 52. I believe this is still New 52. or not New 52, but in current continuity Batman. I believe that's where the story takes place, and I don't think the current continuity has branched out with like IDW or like Dark Horse or anyone since their relaunch in 2011. So this intrigued me, and I'll give it my score right now, 9. Definitely a solid 9. This book blew me away. Expectations were pretty low, but it came out pretty high on top. Next one, Star Wars Annual number 1. Now this is a beefy book, as most annuals should be, and this has nothing to do with the Star Wars previous comics, and it has nothing to do with the current Vader Down continuity going on right now, or the overarching story of Vader Down. This is its own contained book. So if technically you're a Star Wars fan but you don't know where to start, and you're looking for just a good read, and you're like, I'm getting excited for that movie coming out sometime less than a week actually from now. Here's a great book to pick up. It's got great artwork. First of all, not a fan of the cover. Cover looks very poorly done to me personally. I just don't like how the cover is done. But the artwork inside is great. It's what you expect from Star Wars book if you've been reading the current series of Star Wars. So anyway, it takes place. The main story is just a spy in Coruscant who's working for Princess Leia, trying to get deep inside, learn more about the Emperor's secrets, and protect senators. And he learns that there is I believe the senators are being held prisoners on some building. So Princess Leia contacts him and says, "Hey, I need you to go save these senators." And then he realized, like, wait, I can't be your only spy. Are there more? And she's like, that's confidential, how many spies there are in Coruscant, but I'm asking you to go here, and here's the location that the senators are being kidnapped. And she just sends him saying, yeah, just go, get the senator, save the senators, and get out. So he does his espionage stuff here. He breaks into the building, uh, bypasses some stormtroopers here, and saves the senators. Except one of the senators says, "Thank God you've come. Emperor Palpatine is coming as well." And then he's just like, "Well, shit. I gotta contact Princess Leia again." So he contacts her and realizes that there's 6 more spies that he can use. So with all of that, there's the Emperor sitting down. He brings in, or Princess Leia sends in all 7 spies to bring down the Emperor, because that's all they have on Coruscant. All the spies. So they're shooting, doing a shoot down and everything. Emperor almost gets away until he shoots the Emperor in the back, killing him. Except that was a body double. The real Emperor gets away on his ship, grapples up, tells him to look back. Boom. Blows up the entire building. All the senators are dead. All the other 6 secret agents that were working on Coruscant are dead. The entire mission is just a failure. So he's holding on. The Emperor electrocutes him off, and he gets away. The Emperor gets away, and the last spy on Coruscant gets away. And that's how it ends. The last spy on Coruscant, I forget his name. The main character in this book, he just flees Coruscant, and that's it. That's the end of the book. It's a well-contained story. It's very spy espionage esque, and if you're a huge fan of the Emperor, you'll love this book because he gets to actually show what he can do as a master planner. Like, you just see him just sitting in the sidelines, but this whole thing, like from beginning to end, was like his plan entirely, and it's crazy how he put it all together. So overall, this book, as it stands, is a one-shot annual, gets a solid 8. It was really enjoyable. Let's see, next up on my list is Batman and Robin Eternal, issue number 10. Okay, last week I believe I gave issue 9 a 7. Right off the bat, without even reviewing this book, this book gets a 1. It was god awful, and I don't know if I want to keep reading it, but Artwork, story, everything was just garbage. It didn't propel the story at all. Um, I know a lot of reviewers are saying it was better than last week's. I have to disagree entirely. I mean, there's nothing happens. I mean, sure, you fight Azrael and that, and they just stay inside the same building they were in the church. Like, they're still in the church. That's it. This is all Tim Drake and Red Hood in the church. Guess what they're doing? They're still in the church. And then, of course, you get some flashback scenes with Robin and Batman, Dick Grayson and Batman, but that's been in every freaking book. Batman flashbacks. This was the best part of the book right here. This advertisement. But yeah. Guess where they are? They're still fighting Azrael in the church. Still fighting Azrael in the church. Where are we? Still fighting Azrael in the church. Wow. Where are we now? Still fighting Azrael in the church. And then we skip to Dick Grayson currently with Harper Row and what they're doing. And then they realize they find someone called the Sculptor. It's just fucking confusing. And that's how it ends. That's Batman and Robin Eternal Issue 10. Garbage. Garbage. Doesn't propel the story at all. The cliffhanger at issue 9 was misused. Garbage. But after you review garbage, you review gold with Grayson issue 15 Robin War Part 2. And last week, Robin War Part 1 was amazing. Loved it to death. This one is no different. You get the same artist and I believe the same writers from Grayson doing this book. And it's basically Grayson training camp. It is a Grayson book, as it says on the cover, and it is Robin War Part 2. But it's Grayson training these guys, and technically I can spoil the ending because I will be reviewing Part 3, but I don't want to spoil the ending. But anyway, it's just Grayson, Tim Drake, Red Hood, all of them, even Damian, trying to train these group of Robins, and that's for about, I think, more than half of the book. They're training these Robins until they have this secret mission that they're like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to break in to the GCPD, I believe, or I forgot what they were trying to do. That eludes me. I forget exactly what their plot was, but they're gonna have a meeting place. They took the best Robins that they trained, and they got betrayed. They completely got betrayed by someone. The cops leaked, or the cops were informed of their arrival and start arresting all these Drakes. And then they look up and they're like, hey, freeze, you two up there. And Grayson reveals to Duke that he was the one that tipped off the cops. And Duke's like, why would you do that? And Grayson says, hey, I have a plan. Trust me, they're my family. And then ends with the Court of Owls talking about this gray sun of Gotham returning. This book was amazing because of the training, like the montage. Like in the very beginning here, you can just see montage training the Robins, like, oh, use the Force or some shit. But it's really good. And they each have their own special moments. And if you read any other of the Robin books, like We Are Robin, you kind of know the ones that are picked because they're the main characters. But anyway, this one gets I would give it a solid 8. Yeah, solid 8 out of 10. Next up, right off of Robin War Part 2, let's get into Robin War Part 3. So this is Detective Comics, which I do not read. I don't read any Detective Comics. Apparently it's issue 47, but I only got it for Robin War Part 3. And I have read some Detective Comics, but only like 2, I think. That's the Terminal story arc. But anyway, besides that, this is Robin War Part 3. Begins right where the second one left off, where all the Robins are in custody, as you can see right here, with that cool wide shot of all the Robins in custody. And that's basically the entire book. They don't escape. Nothing really happens. Grayson's beating up Commissioner Gordon because he's saying, whose side of the law are you on? Damian Wayne inside custody tries to find a way out. Overall, this is kind of the better version of Batman Eternal issue 10 in which nothing is happening to the story. Like they're all where they left them. It's just you get Commissioner Gordon fighting Grayson half the time, and then you get Damian Wayne with the other Robins trying to escape their holding cells from the police. But I mean, other than that, not much to propel the plot. Um, but unlike issue 10 of Batman and Robin Eternal, I am very excited to see where it goes from here because the Court of Owls have finally revealed themselves to the Robins. It looks like they're here, they're working with the cops. They're the ones that are planning everything, which we kind of already knew. It was alluded to. But yeah, so overall, this issue, it didn't really give me the hype I wanted right off of issue 2. Because issue 2, they arrest the kids. In issue 3, they're still in jail. Like, they're from beginning to end, these kids are still in a cell. So not much is really happening there. The only thing really major is just Grayson fighting Batman, which I can flip to any page. Look, randomly. Grayson fighting Batman. That's the only entertaining part you get from this comic. As well as the ending, the cliffhanger ending, which hopefully will make part 4 a great read. And I believe part 4 is We Are Robin, which should be coming out soon. So this one, I forgot to rate it. I'm going to um, give it a 6. A 6, because, it didn't really propel the plot. And up next, we've got The Fables Wolf Among Us, issue 12, I believe. And I love these comics, these weekly comics, because they give you more pages than a normal comic for about the same price. So if you've been playing the video game, or if you played the video game, you probably already know the overall story. I played the crap out of that game from Telltale. They were amazing at it. But anyway, this particular comic is right off of if from the game and from the comic where Bloody Mary shoots Big B Wolf in the alley and they lose Crane to the Crooked Man. And that's where this comic takes place. The only thing new that you get here, this is all the video game right here, all the video game. So I'm not going to describe this. I would just recommend play the game. I just read it for these moments, for these backstory moments of the Crooked Man, like what's his story. And here he is meeting Bloody Mary, and then you go right back to the video game. It's cool. It refreshes you more on like what you've already played before, but it's still basically what you've already seen. But then you get back to the good moments here. Bloody Mary is the star of these comics, and I've been knowing that since like issue 8, I believe. Oh my god, her backstory is so intense, and I had no idea. Um, and I'm glad that they're giving you a lot of pages for it. And then again, back here, you get to the game, and you could tell we're starting to get near the end of the video game. And then, of course, here's some more backstory with Bloody Mary, with the cliffhanger ending. But yeah. So overall, I picked this up hesitantly with issue 1, because I've played the video game, I've beaten it, and I heard that this comic is just gonna rehash the video game with their own choices. Like we're gonna make the choices for you, we're gonna pick them, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I already played the game. But then it was also released in an interview saying that, hey, we're gonna give you some backstory, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. And with that, this comic is definitely a good read, just for that that backstory. And it doesn't disappoint. If you're a huge fan of Fables, you're already reading this probably, or you've played the game. But I have to recommend, if you are a huge fan of Fables and the game, pick this up. But if you just are like an average Fables fan, and you're like, I'll play the game, then don't read this. Like, the main plot is in the game. Just play the game. It's really good. But if you're like me, you have to have this. And with that said, I give this issue a 7 out of 10. It was a good, enjoyable read. And then last, but certainly not least, we've got Batman. Yeah, Alex Ross cover for the Harley's Little Black Book. I'm in love with it. Like, I read Batman, I adore Batman, I want to be Batman. Like, I love the character so much, And I love Alex Ross. He's one of my favorite artists, painters, everything. So the fact that I saw this on the shelf and I heard that he was doing a variant cover, I needed it. I needed this cover. But anyway, let's not talk about the cover too much because I'm going to be geeking out on how it's just so good. But issue 47 here. We're continuing the super heavy storyline, and we ended off where Mr. Bloom had Commissioner Gordon in a chokehold with Rookie via the Batsuit, and we start there. And Scott Snyder, first of all, is doing some pretty crazy stuff with the character that I never thought that he would do. And Greg Capullo doesn't need any any introduction. Like, he's just freaking great. Some of the best art I've ever seen in a Batman book, period. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this book. I enjoy all Batman books. This one less than others, I would say. It's the ending, obviously, that gets me going. And I guess the twist that there's multiple Mr. Blooms. I'm not too sure what's going on here with Duke Thomas. Why he's doing this. Last issue I had the same question. But I gotta give credit to Greg Capullo's Black Mask. Holy hell. Like, I was getting word since issue 1 how he made Black Mask. It was kind of like a white skull mask or something. But then again, he changed the Riddler and all that stuff, and even the Joker from issue 1. But I love his Black Mask here. It's amazing. His Penguin is pretty pissed off here. Again, we got Mr. Bloom fighting Commissioner Gordon, which we see a lot of, which is great. Um, Big revelation here. Bruce Wayne is starting to realize that he is Batman. And you see that over here. When Duke Thomas tells him to basically look at the train that's about to hit us, what do you see? And obviously, of course, he sees a giant fucking bat. So, Bruce Wayne is Batman and he's starting to realize that shit, which is about time because I'm not a huge fan of the Commissioner Gordon Batman thing. But then, yeah, here you see, like, the army of Mr. Blooms, and you're like, okay, what the fuck, Scott Snyder? Like, what are you doing? What's going on? You can kind of tell here that the guy is human because he almost unmasks him somewhere, right here. He's about to unveil his mask, and it looks like he's human because it is a mask. It's not part of his body. It is indeed a mask. So what are these guys, like the Court of Owls dressed as Bloom soldiers? I don't know, but at this ending, it's so good. It's a play off of issue 41, with the park bench scene and all that stuff. Like, you've been seeing Bruce Wayne, you're like, come on, be Batman already. He's about to say the words like, I'm Batman, and then just gets cut off by some guys like, hey, excuse me, mind if I sit down? Boom! It's Joker. It's Joker. It's so good to see him back because Scott Snyder always said he would never do another Joker story, at least not soon. Well, I guess 7 months isn't soon. I don't know, but none of us were expecting to see the Joker, and it surprised me. I'm pretty sure it surprised some fans, and I can't wait for issue 48. So this one, not the best issue I've seen or read, but it did the job. It definitely did the job. And obviously, Greg Capullo's art just 10 out of 10. Holy hell. But the writing didn't really do it for me. Like, I knew we were going to have this fight scene. I just wanted a little more oomph. But it did surprise me with the Bruce Wayne stuff and the Joker at the end. So overall, 7 out of 10. Overall, as a book as a whole, 7 out of 10, because I don't know, the series keeps asking questions but not answering them, so that's what keeps me down. I mean, I want answers soon. I've been reading this new story arc since, what, 41, and here we are at 47, still don't know shit about Mr. Bloom. But anyway, here's all the comic books for this week that I reviewed. Yeah. So again, thank you all for watching. Here's the comic shop news right there on the top. Let me give you my book of the week, which you all should know. Pick this up. Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 1. Trust me, all my pick of the weeks will not be issue number 1s, hopefully. But yeah, this one surprised me. It was great. Artwork, story surprised me. Hopefully, it can continue this trend for 5 more issues. If not, that would be a tragedy. Just hopefully it doesn't end up like this dude over here, because I would be severely mad. But anyway, again, thank you all for watching my comic book reviews for the week of December 9th. Goodbye.